The crystal chandeliers of Cirque cast elegant shadows across our family's monthly status dinner. Mom adjusted her Cartier bracelet while eyeing my simple black dress with disapproval. "Emily, dear," she whispered as the waiter approached, "perhaps stick to the salad. It's more economical." I nodded demurely, checking my phone beneath the white tablecloth. The stock notifications were getting interesting. "Did you hear? My sister Victoria preened, showing off her new CFO business cards. Daddy's company just acquired 3 more regional banks. Anderson Financial is now the largest corporation in the city." "Wonderful news, darling," Mom beamed. "Your executive position is so well deserved." I sat quietly, playing my role perfectly. 3 years of secret acquisitions, building the most sophisticated banking empire in history, and they still thought I was struggling to make ends meet at my little online finance startup. "And Emily," Dad turned to me with his condescending smile, "how's your, what do you call it, digital banking project?" "It's going well," I replied softly, watching another notification light up my phone. "Merger complete. Awaiting final authorization." "Going well." Victoria laughed. "Is that why you're still taking the bus? Can't even afford dinner at Le Cirque without Dad's charity. If they only knew that I owned this restaurant. And the building. And most of the city's prime real estate. Transportation is expensive," I murmured, checking another alert. "All systems ready. Stock exchange notification prepared." "Speaking of expenses," Mom sighed, "we're worried about you, dear. Victoria started as a junior analyst and now she's CFO. Meanwhile, you're still playing with computer programs." "Someone has to innovate," I said mildly, watching the final pieces fall into place. "Innovate?" Dad scoffed. "Real banking happens in boardrooms, not on laptops. Victoria understands this. She's helping me build an actual financial empire." My phone buzzed. "Acquisition complete. Anderson Financial ownership transferred. How much are you making at that little startup?" Victoria smirked. "I could probably expense your annual salary as a lunch meeting." I checked the time, exactly 3 minutes until the news would break. "Actually, about finances." "We know," Mom cut in. "You're struggling. That's why we insisted on these family dinners. At least you get one good meal a month." The restaurant's TVs suddenly activated, right on schedule. "What's happening?" Dad frowned, reaching for his wine glass. Breaking news banners flashed across every screen. "Breaking. Quantum Financial Group acquires Anderson Financial in surprise takeover." Dad's wine glass froze halfway to his lips. "What? That's impossible." Victoria grabbed her phone. "We're the largest corporation in the city. Nobody could." "Check your company email," I suggested quietly, taking a sip of water. "The ownership transfer should be complete." Mom's face went pale as she read from her phone. "Quantum Financial. Who? Emily Anderson. Youngest banking. This can't be." Actually, I pulled out my encrypted tablet displaying my global financial empire. "It can. Amazing what one can build while being underestimated." But you can't afford dinner," Victoria whispered, her CFO confidence crumbling. "About that," I smiled as Dad reached for his wallet to pay the bill. "I wouldn't bother with that credit card. All Anderson Financial accounts have been temporarily frozen pending new ownership review." The waiter returned with Dad's declined card. "I'm sorry, sir, but this card seems to be." "Try this one." I handed over my black titanium card. "And please inform Jean-Claude that the owner would like to compliment the chef personally." "The owner?" Mom's voice cracked. "You mean?" "I bought Le Cirque last year," I confirmed. "Along with most of the city's premium properties. Those computer programs you mocked? They've revolutionized global finance." Dad's face had turned ashen. "Emily, what have you done?" I stood, smoothing my deliberately modest dress. "Change the game." "Oh, and Victoria?" My sister looked up, her perfect makeup smeared with tears. "About that CFO position?" I checked my watch. "You might want to check your email again. The new board has some organizational changes in mind." The real show was about to begin. The restaurant fell into stunned silence as more breaking news flashed across the screens. Quantum Financial revolutionizes banking industry. Emily Anderson, the silent banking prodigy. Andersen Financial stocks frozen as new ownership takes control. This must be a mistake. Dad fumbled with his phone trying to access his corporate accounts. I have controlling interest. I corrected, pulling up the ownership documents on my tablet. Through a series of shell companies and digital acquisitions, Quantum Financial has owned 51% of Andersen Financial for the past 6 months. Victoria's hands shook as she scrolled through company notifications. The board members, they've all approved this? How? Because I showed them the future of banking. I brought up my company's true portfolio. * digital banking platforms in 50 countries. * quantum encryption financial networks. * AI-driven investment systems. * global real estate holdings worth billions. Your little online project, Mom whispered, recognition finally dawning. All this time, while you were mocking my computer programs, I activated more screens around our private dining room. I built the largest digital banking empire in history. Those bus rides you laughed at? I was buying the bus company. The simple clothes you criticized? I own the fashion brands you wear. Dad's face had turned from ashen to gray. The acquisitions this month, the regional banks, were all orchestrated by my AI systems, I confirmed. Every merger you thought you engineered was actually part of my larger strategy. Congratulations, Dad. You helped me acquire your own company without even knowing it. The restaurant's manager appeared, bowing slightly. Ms. Andersen, your private elevator to the penthouse office is ready. Penthouse office? Victoria's voice cracked. My real headquarters, I explained, standing 50 floors above where you thought I couldn't afford dinner. My phone buzzed continuously with breaking news alerts. Andersen Financial assets frozen. Quantum Financial controls 30% of global banking. Traditional banking giant falls to digital revolution. Your credit cards, I continued, watching Dad still trying to access his accounts, will remain frozen until the ownership transition is complete. Don't worry, I've arranged for car service to take you home. I own the car company too. But the family legacy, Mom stuttered. Your father built this company from nothing. And I built something bigger while you were busy dismissing me. I displayed Quantum Financial's true value, larger than the top 10 traditional banks combined. The future of finance isn't in marble boardrooms or executive dining rooms. It's in digital networks and quantum algorithms. Security Personal My security appeared discreetly around the restaurant. You'll receive official notifications tomorrow. I gathered my things about your positions under the new ownership structure. Victoria, your CFO credentials have been suspended pending review. Suspended, she gasped. But my experience is obsolete, I finished. Modern banking requires more than a famous last name and a corner office. Dad made one last attempt. The regulatory agencies won't allow. Already have, I cut him off, displaying the approvals. Turns out when you revolutionize global finance, regulators become quite cooperative. The screens showed my company's latest innovations. Instantaneous global transactions, unhackable quantum banking, AI-driven market control. Oh, and about dinner, I paused at the door. No need to stick to salad anymore, Mom. But you might want to start checking prices. Your monthly allowance will be significantly adjusted. As I walked toward my private elevator, I heard Victoria's muffled sob. All this time, while we were laughing at her. She was laughing at us. Dad finished, his banking empire crumbling around him. I smiled, entering my penthouse elevator. Tomorrow they'd learn what real financial power looked like. But tonight I had global banking to revolutionize. The next morning I sat in my true office, the penthouse suite above Cirque, watching digital streams of global financial data flow across quantum screens. My acquisition of Andersen Financial had triggered a seismic shift in banking power, and the aftershocks were still rolling in. Ms. Andersen, my assistant Catherine appeared. Your family is in the lobby. They've been trying to access their accounts all night. I smiled, adjusting my Chanel suit, quite different from last night's modest attire. Let them wait 45 minutes. Time to learn how it feels to be dismissed. When they finally entered my office, the transformation was striking. Dad's commanding presence had crumbled, Victoria's CFO polish had shattered, and Mom's social confidence had evaporated. Emily, Dad started, his voice lacking its usual authority. "We need to discuss." "One moment." I held up my finger as holographic displays activated around the room. Global banking data floated in the air. Every transaction, every account, every digital penny now flowing through my quantum networks. "My God," Victoria whispered, watching real-time financial flows worth trillions. "All this time, while you were mocking my little online project, I brought up my company's true structure. I built the most sophisticated financial system in history. Those computer programs you laughed at? They now control 30% of global banking." Mom stepped forward, desperation evident. "Darling, we had no idea." Clearly, I displayed footage from years of their dismissals. Like when you told me to order salad because I couldn't afford real food? Or when Victoria expensed my annual salary as lunch. The screens showed my empire's true reach. Asterisk quantum banking networks across 100 countries. Asterisk AI-driven investment systems controlling trillions. Asterisk real estate holdings spanning global capitals. Asterisk digital currency platforms revolutionizing finance. "Your accounts," Dad tried to sound firm, "they're still frozen." "Along with every Anderson financial asset," I confirmed, bringing up their financial status. Amazing how quickly fortunes change when quantum algorithms control global banking. Victoria grabbed her phone, still trying to access her executive accounts. "My team, my position, are under review," I cut in. "Along with every executive appointment based on family connections rather than merit." "But we're your family," Mom pleaded. "Surely we can." "Family?" I questioned, playing video clips from monthly dinners. Years of them belittling my work, mocking my lifestyle, dismissing my potential. Like when you called my startup a cute hobby? When Dad said real banking happens in boardrooms. Dad stepped forward, switching to negotiation mode. "Emily, let's be reasonable. With our experience." "Your experience?" I laughed softly, displaying market data. "Traditional banking is dying. My quantum systems process more money in 1 second than Anderson Financial handled in its entire history." The screens showed breaking news. "Quantum financial reshapes global banking. Traditional banks scramble to adapt to digital revolution. Emily Anderson, banking's new queen. You have 2 choices," I stated, standing to survey my empire. "Option 1, retirement. Comfortable but modest, with restricted access to frozen assets." "Modest?" Mom's voice shook. "Option 2, I continued, start over. Entry-level positions at Quantum Financial. Learn modern banking from the ground up. Prove your worth based on ability, not family names." "Entry-level?" Victoria looked horrified. "But my CFO experience is worthless in quantum banking," I finished. "Your entire career was built on Dad's connections. Time to earn something on your own merit." Dad made one final attempt. "The other board members already approve." I displayed their signatures. Turns out when you offer to revolutionize global finance, old loyalties become quite flexible. My phone buzzed continuously with updates. Asterisk traditional banking stocks plummeting. Asterisk quantum financial value soaring. Asterisk global markets adapting to new digital reality. Asterisk Anderson financial assets fully integrated. "You have 24 hours to decide," I stated, turning back to my quantum displays. "Oh, and about dinner." They looked up, hope flickering briefly. "The loose Cirque reservation was cancelled. I hear the hot dog stand down the street is quite affordable. Perfect for your new budget." As security prepared to escort them out, I called after them, "One more thing. Dad." He turned back, defeated. "Next time you try to pay for dinner?" I smiled. "Make sure you own the bank first." The door closed on their shocked faces as I returned to my global command center. Tomorrow, Quantum Financial would announce 3 more major acquisitions. But today I had taught my family the true cost of underestimation. 1 month after the acquisition, I stood in my quantum banking command center, watching digital rivers of global finance flow through my networks. The screens showed a transformed financial world. Traditional banks now mere interfaces for my quantum systems. "Ms. Anderson," Catherine entered. "Your family has completed their first month of basic digital banking training. Their evaluation meeting is scheduled." I nodded, observing another $1 trillion flow through my algorithms. Send them in. Let's see if they've learned the true value of digital innovation. They entered differently now, their designer labels replaced by standard business attire, their banking arrogance transformed into digital humility. Victoria's CFO swagger had vanished, replaced by the uncertain steps of a trainee. Please sit, I gestured to the quantum displays surrounding us. Let's review your progress in understanding modern finance. Dad spoke first, his voice lacking its former condescension. The quantum banking system, it's extraordinary. The transaction speeds. 1 billion per second, I completed, bringing up their training scores. Though your adaptation to digital systems has been challenging. Victoria shifted uncomfortably. The AI-driven investment protocols are more complex than traditional banking. Obviously, I displayed their test results. Which is why you're all still at entry level, despite your previous executive experience. The screens showed my empire's global impact. Traditional banks transforming into quantum nodes, physical money becoming obsolete, financial power shifting to digital control. Your network, Mom said quietly, it's changed everything we thought we knew about banking. Now you notice? I raised an eyebrow. Not when I was wasting time coding. Not when you mocked my startup. I brought up footage from their years of dismissal alongside current headlines. Quantum financial processes global GDP in seconds. Emily Anderson, the woman who digitized world finance. Traditional banking dinosaurs extinct in quantum age. We were wrong, Victoria whispered. So catastrophically wrong. Yes, I agreed, standing to survey my digital empire. But being wrong has given you an opportunity to learn what real financial power looks like. What do you mean? Dad asked, his banking confidence shattered. I turned back, activating new holographic displays. Your monthly evaluation offers 2 paths forward. They leaned forward, desperation evident. Option 1. Continue your digital training. In 2 years, you might qualify for mid-level positions in my quantum network. 2 years. Mom looked stricken. The same time I spent building this empire while you told me to order salad, I reminded her. Option 2. Transfer to our traditional banking museum. You can explain to visitors how dinosaurs like Anderson Financial became extinct. The screens showed my newest innovations. Quantum cryptocurrency integration, digital asset evolution, instantaneous global transactions. Your choice, I continued, will demonstrate what you've actually learned this month. About finance, about technology, and about judging someone's worth by their dinner order. They exchanged glances, their banking dynasty crumbling under the weight of digital revolution. We'll continue training, Dad said finally. If you'll teach us. Interesting, I mused, bringing up their recent performance data. A month ago, you wouldn't have considered coding a legitimate banking skill. We were blind, Victoria admitted. Trapped in an outdated version of finance. I nodded, pressing a button. The wall opened to reveal my quantum core, the heart of global financial power. This is where real banking happens now, I told them. Not in marble offices or expensive restaurants, but in quantum space where algorithms control the flow of world finance. It's beautiful, Mom whispered, finally understanding. Yes, I agreed, handing them new security badges, basic clearance, their names under digital trainee. Welcome to actual banking. But your global control. Victoria gestured to the screens showing my financial dominion. Runs itself, I smiled. Because unlike some, I believe in letting algorithms make decisions, not egos or family names. As they prepared to leave for their coding lessons, I called after them. Oh, and Mom? She turned back, still adjusting to her new reality. About ordering salad to save money? I gestured to the quantum data streams flowing through my empire. I prefer feasting on success. Later that evening, I stood in my original coding room, now preserved as a reminder of where this revolution began. My phone buzzed with updates. Asterisk algorithm processing speed increased 500%. Asterisk traditional banking systems fully integrated. Asterisk global financial markets completely digitized. Asterisk physical bank branches becoming obsolete. But the most significant message was from Victoria. The code is different from here. Thank you for showing us what real financial power looks like. I smiled, remembering all the nights I spent here, building an empire while they thought I couldn't afford dinner. Now they understood. Sometimes the greatest financial power doesn't sit in a corner office or order expensive wine.